Welcome to this video on the Sony WM-FX41 Walkman. I think it's from the early 90s, and it's an auto-reverse portable cassette deck, AM/FM radio, electronic tuning, clock as well. I set myself a challenge to buy a Walkman on eBay for under 20 quid, 20 UK pounds, and listed as faulty, and basically try and get it going. So this is what I bought. It was about £16, and it's seen a bit of life. It's got wear around the edges. The radio side of it works fine, but the tape deck is just not happy. At first it didn't work at all. The one contact up this end is bad, battery leakage, but I managed to sort of, just by twisting the batteries, managed to get it to work. But it really isn't. It's just not happy. It's all here. Terrible. There we go. It's starting to try and work. But yeah, I did manage to play a tape in it. Oh, that's interesting. It's got little switch for the radio frequency swap. Might look at that, see what that's all about. But yeah, it's seen life, but it's not bad, you know. I mean, it'll be a nice little deck for me to use, maybe, and yeah. So let's take it apart and see what's going on. Take the batteries out first. I wonder how long the clock will stay on for. Oddly, as I took that battery out, I felt something fall out. That was anyway. Yeah, so the clock's staying on, which is it's not going to use an awful lot of power, so yeah, that's quite cool. Screws, slightly concerningly, do look a little bit rusty. I guess that hole there, it might be to do with maybe resetting the radio, or is it tape speed? I don't know. I don't know anything about these. I've deliberately not looked anything up either. Just for the sheer joy of working on something that I've not worked on before. Well, I've worked on many Walkmans, and cassette decks and whatever else, but nothing of this sort of vintage, and probably another screw somewhere, maybe. Anything under there I need to remove? No. So maybe that should start coming off. I wonder if... There's a screw there. No. There's been a bit of leakage in there. So there must be just clips. Yeah, it's clips. It does look as if it might have been opened before, to be fair. Yeah, there's quite a lot of scratching going on here. Somebody's had a bit of a go and getting in there. That might help. nasty iPads, plectrums. Something particularly tough. I'm missing something there. Really does feel like I'm missing something. I really want to break it if I can help it. I mean, there is that. There's a little tab there. It sort of ties in with where it's getting caught. There we go. Close the lid. Yeah, as you can see, this battery connector is pretty rubbish. Little backup capacitor there. Okay, so took the old belt off, and it was very slack, very yeah, just had it, and found a belt out of this kit that I bought from AliExpress. I actually bought a whole load of belt sets as advertised, so very, very cheap, with the thought that one of them's probably going to be okay. And this set, sure enough, out of the 4 that I bought, this is really good. Belts are well cut, nice and even, and they do the job well. I did buy one set and it was so awful that just for enough I put it in my old Walkman, which I'll do one I bought as a teenager, which I'll do another video on once the bits arrive for it. And yeah, it was just terrible. Just all wowie and fluttery and horrible. So next thing is to give this a bit of a clean. Okay, so I'm going to continue just cleaning this up. I don't need to show this on video. So yeah, I'll just continue scraping away at that and using the fiberglass brush on it. We'll try and get that as shiny as we can, and give the rest of this a bit of a clean up. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, so I've given it a bit of a clean. It's not perfect, but it's not like I'm going to sell this. So I'm quite happy as long as the batteries work okay in it. I can always come back and I'll probably replace this, to be honest, in the fullness of time. Still a bit of green there, but I'll sort that in a minute. I've also put the tiniest bit of silicone lubricant spray on some of these parts, just to help it to run smoothly. which should be okay. Get some of this dust out. And I've also put a tiny bit of switch cleaner in these switches, 3 switches here. I can't get to that one, but I'm not worried. I've tested it. It's fine. It is actually fine. They're all fine. But I just think, well, while I'm in there, no harm in doing it. So that's that. Now the next thing is to, I'm going to clean this up. So I'm going to probably use a bit of isopropyl on there, just to get that just looking a bit nicer, give this a bit of a clean as well. Okay, so I've given this a further clean, and yeah, it's a lot better. It does turn out that pot there is for tape speed, which is useful to know, so I can calibrate it if I want to, or I feel I need to, and it's not running right. So let's put some batteries in. See what happens. Just wondering whether it would benefit from a little bit extra grease. Just using the little bit that's left on the end there just to lubricate that gear a bit. Oh, that seems so much better. Okay, so that's pretty clean. A little bit of smudging, smearing stuff going on there. From the isopropyl. I've isopropyled it just to really get it as clean as I can. So let's get it back together. So there's a tab in there. You can just see in between, oh, just above the spools there, in between them, there's a little tab, and that tab releases the back. So you pry it off, start prying off the back, and then with the screwdriver you just press against that tab and it pops off. It's quite cool and at the same time quite crafty of Sony. So yeah, there we go, clock's still on, of course. Put the batteries in, it's still a bit grubby. I'm not going to worry about that now. The main thing is that we've done what needs to be done to get it working. So it does sound still a bit noisy, I have to say. But I suppose the thing is now is give it a check with the tape and see if there's anything else I need to do. I have a feeling there's something else wrong with this. something is still not quite right. So I'll try a tape and we'll take it from there. So one day on, and I gave it a good run last night, put a few tapes through it, and it performed really well, to be honest. The grease seemed to run in well, and yeah, very pleased with it. The auto reverse mechanism, it is still knocking, and I think what I'll have to do is take it apart again and give it a proper re-grease with some thicker PTFE based silicone grease, and I think that will really help. At the end of the day, I can strip it right down if need be. You know, if it still doesn't fix it. It is a bit of a problem with the auto reverse machines, and I do know back in the day some people were very sort of against auto reverse because the motor that drives the capstans is also driving the mechanism for the auto reverse. It does have the potential of introducing a bit of inconsistency in the tape speed. So yeah, it's something I certainly noticed when I started testing it last night. But it improved as the grease ran in. It really did improve. So I've recorded some music off the YouTube audio library, put it onto tape, and it's really not bad. I mean, obviously you're not going to get a very good reproduction, but yeah, you get an idea that it's actually, you know, it's not bad. And it's just yeah, it's not bad at all. But you can, I don't know whether you can make it out, you can hear that knocking on the machine itself. You can't hear it when you're playing the tape. It seems fine. But yeah, you can actually hear the physical machine itself knocking a bit more than I'd like. So yeah, it's but I'm really pleased with that. I mean, I've really enjoyed listening to it and working on it, and I am really looking forward to looking forward to showing you the other Walkman I have, and having a go with that. Just waiting for a part for that, so headphone socket. It's the main reason I took it apart. But yeah, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in another one.